Alright guys, Forsaken actually revealed way more for the next update than anyone expected, including a huge developer Q&A packed with new features, forgotten skin redesigns and much more. Let's get into it. So, Forsaken actually did a brand new live stream with one of the Fish developers, where they answered a bunch of community questions and teased several features that are coming to the game. And honestly, there was way more revealed than I expected. One of the biggest changes they're planning is a brand new generator minigame. Right now, everyone has to do the exact same generator interaction every single match, and after a while, it gets pretty repetitive. So adding different minigames for each generator should make repairing them a lot more fun, instead of feeling like the same thing over and over again. The devs also confirmed that more golden skins are on the way, alongside more VIP skins for some of the starter characters, like Cool Kid, Shedletsky, and Elliot. They didn't reveal exactly which golden skins are coming, but we've already seen a fan-made concept for Two Time, which could easily be added to the game. However, Slasher will probably be getting it instead, as he is one of the most requested golden skins to see in game. Another topic that came up was character reworks. With Nolly being the main character currently being discussed, nothing has officially been confirmed yet, but we've already seen ideas that could push him into a much more troll-focused playstyle, as one of them was fake attacking guests, so it will be interesting to see which direction they'll eventually take. The devs were also asked why updates take so long, and they explained that they don't want to rush content just for the sake of releasing it faster. They want every character to be fully polished before launch, which unfortunately means Jeff the Killer is still a long way off, so don't expect to see him until chapter 4. There was also some good news for collectors, as Elliot's milestone skins are getting reworked, which likely means Builderman's milestones will also follow as well. On top of that, legacy skins like Gluttony Nosferatu, which is actually considered one, and Legacy 2 Time are planned to become obtainable again in the future. One of the biggest reveals though was a brand new randomizer game mode. Every round you'll spawn as a completely random survivor or killer, and according to the devs, it's actually planned to release before Double Trouble, so we could be seeing it fairly soon. Finally, they actually answered a couple of collab questions. Sadly, Figure from Doors will no longer be becoming a killer because of development complications, but the Doomspire Brick Battle collab is still actively being worked on and is definitely still happening. The live stream revealed a lot more than what people expected, and it looked like Forsaken has some huge updates planned for the next few months. Which features are you most excited to see in game? With there being so many different redesigns coming to Forsaken lately, like the Admin Nolly redesign, Pumpkin Slasher, and plenty of other skins, there was actually one remodel that a lot of people completely forgot about, and that's the Sakura Guest 666 skin. A while back, Noah actually showed off an early look at the brand new redesign, featuring a completely updated concept art and a brand new model that looked way better than the original. And honestly, this skin definitely deserved it, as Sakura was one of the earliest skins released with 6, and compared to a lot of the newer cosmetics, it was really starting to show its age. Unfortunately though, it looks like we'll never actually get to see this redesign in-game. Noah recently confirmed that this remodel has officially been pulled from the development board, and before anyone says it's another troll, they made it very clear that this wasn't a joke. But the reason behind it is honestly pretty disappointing. It wasn't because the skin itself had any problems, but because leakers started sharing private projects that Noah had been working on behind the scenes. Because of that invasion of privacy, they've decided to stop doing public developer zones where skins were worked on live, and as of right now, it doesn't sound like the Sakura remodel will ever return. It's definitely a shame considering how excited people were when they first saw the redesign. Speaking of unreleased redesigns though, there's actually another skin that has completely disappeared, and that's Missing No Nolly. This redesign was inspired by the iconic Pokemon ghost form of Missing No, giving Nolly a much bigger change and a more fitting redesign. But after it was first shown off, we haven't really seen much of it since. One of the coolest ideas actually came from Funny Man, who created a concept that gave the skin two different variations. The first version keeps the classic Missing No inspired design, while making Nolly resemble Red from Pokemon on the left side, whereas as we can see, the second fully resembles the ghost appearance from the original game, which is supposed to be the new redesign. And honestly, having two selectable styles for the same skin would be such a cool feature. And they could even make one version become blue to reference both Pokemon Red and Blue. For now though, both of these redesigns remain a mystery, with the upcoming intermission update getting closer. Maybe we'll finally hear something about missing No Nolly. But as for Sakura, it sadly looks like this redesign may never see the light of day. What other redesigns should come to the game instead? As we all know, the Stalker is coming to this update. There's always speculation on what the milestone skins will be. And here we can see these new milestone concepts by It's Hoodie, which make the Stalker into a completely different person. It's like they just got upgrades for their whole design. So we have milestone 1, where the wild Stalker has some unique sharp eyes and covers himself with his fellow sibling's bone. That is actually crazy, what? But it makes sense since the Stalker is just a fiend for putting people's skulls into them. And the crown himself as the chosen one that survives the long battle. Yeah, this got deeper than what you would expect. It's great that we're getting lore for the Stalker even without Bro dropping. But then with milestone 2, after the beast has killed many locals, the combined armed force have successfully captured the Stalker. So Bro actually becomes their weapon, which develops in milestone 3, as somehow the experiment was going very smoothly with the Stalker actually being tamed, and they were trained to be a secret weapon for the armed forces, to where the whole design has a trooper suit and can be hidden in a group of soldiers, which people never saw it again. I'm guessing this skin can basically go invisible, so you'll never know where the Stalker is located. And maybe that could potentially be a new moveset ability for the Stalker. But then again, just give that to Jeff the Killer. Bro is the stealth king. With milestone 4, the experiment was successful, and the Stalker is now known as the Formidable Midnight. And yeah, the whole design, this guy is basically stacked and loaded with different weapons. And most of these references were from Bulls Necrosis's Who is the Stalker video. But then again, these are some really cool concepts that could potentially get inspired by for the Forsaken team. And of course, later down the line, we'll probably see some official milestone concepts. I'm guessing like half of them will probably be based on the lore behind the Stalker and how the Stalker is in Forsaken. What do you think these milestones will be? Oh my god! They even posted this very suspicious and discreet video that with Builderman talking to the helper bot, and helper bot is talking about how they want to change up the generators or something like that. For some reason, these generators have been leaving scrap behind, so maybe the helper bot could actually get some sort of use in the new update that comes, as people think that this is probably another survivor or even just a tutorial character, and actually benefits people for doing the generators, unlike you guessed mains never doing any of those generators. So maybe we could get someone that's finally useful in the game for the team. But then again, does this make the game even more survivor sided? Are you serious right now, bro? And things haven't even stopped there. Cacklebox has actually announced that Doombringer's moveset is finally entirely conceptualized, so that means we'll probably see something completely different to all the old abilities and even the gameplay of how Doombringer used to be. Cacklebox has mentioned how Doombringer is actually getting a completely unique base from all the other killers, so we might even get 4 updates with so many new characters. Don't get your hopes up too soon, because we know how Forsaken is. And Cacklebox even mentioned how not a single ability here is easily compared to another killer. The only other thing that they need to do now is finalize his design, and exactly what I was saying before, Doombringer hasn't really seen any new design to him or even like a update. The only things we've seen is like his milestone skin and a render that was made like a while ago now. As of recent, we all know that these new killers and characters are all getting redesigned, so don't expect everyone to stay looking the same as they were before. There was one ability called Doomsday, and this ability allows Doombringer to not actually kill survivors, and instead Doombringer will imprison them in a cage for a slow and preventful death, sort of like in Dead by Daylight, where the killer actually puts you on the hook and you can escape. This will actually fuel Doombringer for Doomsday, to where it seizes the match timer in its final seconds, shattering the battlefield before sending all players into the Bandlands arena, and which is insane for a killer to get. If Doombringer gets Doomsday, yeah, you're cooked, bro. You literally have to go against him in an arena, and the thing is, yeah, you're probably not surviving at that point. It's such a good gimmick that allows Doombringer to show off his real power, with people saying that they should actually his main mechanic, as it could still be something that makes these matches even more fun, and it's so unique to the point where they have to add it in as a main mechanic. I feel it definitely does feel like a mini Dead by Daylight match with how you're having to free your friends out of the imprisonment. It does seem like he'll become more of a trapper than someone that just dominates the whole space by just jumping around the map. So Forsaken still are revealing much more for the next update. What do you expect to see with this update? And if you haven't already, like and subscribe right now as we are all nollying it.